tracing, and for testing.
Thank you, Congressman. For testing and contact tracing, we're going to need billions of dollars. I mean, that's the amounts of investment that we're doing partially through CDC. This specific award is to have Morehouse lead a consortium of organizations like 100 Black Men, UDUNOS US, the National Association of Community Health Workers, the National Council of Urban Indian Health, et cetera, to really focus on the specific educational, testing, and linkage to care needs of underserved minorities, and some of those also in the rural population. My personal opinion is $40 million is a start. It's going to need to be a lot more than that in order to reach the people that we need to reach.
Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Admiral. Next is Mr. Upton from Michigan.
Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman, and really appreciate the testimony that we've heard thus far, and the interaction that we'll have between all of our I guess the first question I have, Dr. Fauci, good friend, thank you for your service for sure. In recent weeks, of course, you made the statement that you thought we have as many as 100 million doses of an approved vaccine before the year. I've heard from a number of companies, again, just in recent days, AstraZeneca, Pfizer, hope to have perhaps 1 billion doses for the end of next year, calendar year 21. So is our routine move through the phase 2 process, or maybe even get into some production a little bit later by somewhat early August? Not the approvals yet, but where things, because of the promise of getting it to the marketplace and really saving the world, let's face it. What is your thought as to how early we may see an EUA, an emergency use authorization, approved for any of these vaccines based on what you know today, and under scenarios that we may see something in the next number of months in terms of an approval? Lay out what you think is a real distinct possibility of where we might end up being.
Okay, thank you for that. I didn't hear
on it well.
I didn't hear everything you said, but I think I got enough of it to answer your question, at least the last part, that I think is very important, and I welcome the opportunity to address this. The idea about the doses that would be available, a couple of 100 million doses in the beginning of the year, some companies saying that in a couple of years, a year or two, they'll have as many as 1 billion doses. I think that's real. Most people would raise their eyebrows and think that how is that going to happen? And it is because things are being done at risk. Companies are starting to plan to make doses even before the vaccine works. So the risk of the speed is not risk to safety. It's not risk to scientific integrity. It's risk to money. So put that aside. The point that Congressman Upton made, I think is very important. We need to be careful that we don't jump because of our need to get vaccines for those who need it, that we do not definitively prove safety and efficacy before we make decisions about distribution. We've heard a lot about emergency authorization. Emergency use authorization is important, but it has to be